What up, y'all? It's Goofy Rexy. Hope you guys are all doing well today. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 free-to-play characters here in Marvel Strike Force. It was kind of tough to narrow it down to 10. There's a lot of good characters in this game, but we're going to be targeting the top 10 free-to-play characters here for the beginner and for the mid-game players in Marvel Strike Force. So characters that definitely do have some good early game viability, or even, like I said, the timeline here. I said beginner and mid-game. We're looking at between the first 0 to 6 months, right? 180 days into this game. What characters should you absolutely definitely be investing into, when you get them? Some of them I would actually even say that you probably should target them to as well, because they're going to be able to do some good things for you, in the game, not just beginner and mid game, but then also as well as you progress throughout the later part of the game too as well. So actually, let's just dive right into it. This is in no particular order by any means, by the way, no particular order, but we're going to talk about the top 10 free-to-play characters in Marvel Strike Force for mid game and beginner, right? So the first character that's actually on my list here is going to be Miss Marvel. Now, Miss Marvel is a hero, city, bio, brawler, inhuman, and young Avenger characters. All of those are pretty important tags that we're going to talk about here. So first and foremost, hero brawlers team for Miss Marvel. You do get OG Spider-Man pretty early. You can also get access to as well to Spiderman Miles, as a hero brawler as well. She makes any hero brawler team very, very, very good. Now, she is later on, or she is available later on in a node. She's in Mystic 2.6, so that might be a little bit harder for you to get. It might take you a couple months for you to be able to actually get to that node. Once you actually get a good slated Mystic team that you can use to be able to get to her node, but you can also get pretty lucky with her too. She's only a 15 shard unlock. So you can actually get her relatively easy also as well. So listen, really good free-to-play character with any hero brawler's team. Any hero brawler that you put her on, she automatically makes that team better because of the assists that she's going to be able to do. She's also self-healing, and also she grants ability energy to other characters too as well. So any hero characters, I want to be specific, any hero characters. So she's also one of those characters that you can use for hero. She's Hero City, so you can use her in that Chapter 7, that Hero Chapter 7 node. A lot of people are asking me the questions now about, hey, what characters can I use in the Hero Chapter 7 node? Well, guess what? Miss Marvel, if you can get lucky with Symbiote Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, Symbiote Spider-Man are amazing together in that particular game mode. So listen, Miss Marvel, great character. She's also an Inhuman too as well. So Inhuman character that you can use to unlock Ebony Maw, right? So once again, another usage that you have for her too as well, because Yo-Yo's pretty hard to get to. So you're not necessarily going to be able to just, farm Yo-Yo. She's farmable in orbs. So therefore, you're gonna need some other options to unlock Ebony Maw. The Scopely definition, farmable, is orbs. So you're gonna need some other options in order to be able to unlock Ebony Maw. Miss Marvel will provide that for you. Also, Block Party too as well is another area where you can also use her. All right, next character on the list here is Thor. Thor is gonna be the only character that I have here as a raid store character, because raids for beginner players, it's hard to be able to get to raids. Now, for mid or closer to mid-game players, it's probably easier for you to be able to get to Thor because you're getting enough raid credits on a consistent basis. For earlier players, you're going to have to rely on, probably landing, well, you can target farm. As you get further on, you can target farm Thor in that raid store. But for beginner players, you're probably going to have to open up some orbs and then hope to get lucky. But the reason why I have him as on this list, though, is because I know that there's some times where he's a part of a calendar, as a beginner or as an early player. So I wanted to leave him on this list here, for that reason, and also because of the team that he can work with earlier too, which is the Wave 1 Avengers team, right? The Wave 1 Avengers team are kind of like the recommended beginner team now. I still think Guardians do provide a lot of value, but I know the Wave 1 Avengers team will actually take you a little bit further, than the mid-game point. So I definitely wanted to add Thor here. Thor, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the combination between Thor, the Wave on that Wave 1 Avengers team with Hulk and Captain America always taunting. Captain America is pretty fast, a pretty fast tank, so he's always in the top tank, taunt often. So every single time you're hitting a Wave 1 Avenger character, just like as Guardian, right, he's going to be building up those charges and then landing those big hits on the enemy team. nightmarish, and also very effective for your team too as well. He's also a character that you could use to unlock Black Bolt. You know what I mean? So, early option that you can use is Thor for that, especially for that Wave 1 Avengers team. Very good, viable option as a free-to-play character, in my personal opinion. All right, next character on the list, guys, is Juggernaut. So Juggernaut is the next character for me. Big protector, great protector here, I think, in Marvel Strike Force. One of the top protectors. Obviously, you got Cole, you got Colossus. You got some pretty strong tanks here, but I think Juggernaut, arguably is one of the better tanks in the game too as well. Love what he's able to do as a part of that Brotherhood 2.0 team. I actually think he's a better tank. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's a better tank outside that Brotherhood team, to be honest with you, because I think his taunt lasts a little bit longer while he's on that Brotherhood 2.0 team because of Magneto. Or that Brotherhood team, because of Magneto, he kind of speeds through his taunt. Really, he acts as a damage dealer more so, on that Brotherhood team. But outside of that team, man, he's pretty solid. He's pretty solid. You can get him early in the arena store. I actually would recommend that you probably farm Vulture first, and then probably farm Vulture to get your Sinister Six team. If you want to go Guardians, then of course Drax, for Star-Lord, but Sinister Six definitely recommended because they unlock 2 legendaries, right? Shuri, Invisible Woman. So definitely I would say go that option. But listen, Juggernaut himself, great character. Love his damage output. This ability right here, that ultimate ability, when he builds up those charges, man, it can do a lot of damage. So build up all the charges first before you do that ultimate attack. Special ability, taunt. When he does that taunt, like I said, because he is outside of that Brotherhood team. Let's look at the speed, 77 speed. So number one, it's going to take a while before he even does that taunt. But when he does do it, he's going to hold that taunt for a while. And you want him to taunt, man, because he has high resistance, he has high health, he has high armor too as well. The armor is pretty high, man. So he's going to be able to take a lot of hits, take a lot of damage. You can't really land a lot of negative effects on him. So that makes a huge difference. On that basic attack too, he's also giving himself ability energy too. Yeah, so 80% chance to give himself ability energy too. So pretty good character, man, that you could use. Early good villain tank for you. Also as well, he's a character that you could use to 3-star that Hela node. You need Mystic Villain. So Juggernaut's a character that you can use for that Mystic Villain node, man. So don't forget about that. Obviously, you can use them to unlock, Magneto too as well. Listen, there's a lot of really good options, a lot of really good things that you can do with Juggernaut here. I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all I can remember for Juggernaut, but great free-to-play character, does a lot of damage, great tank outside of it, villain's character, mystic villain character that you can use to unlock, that Hela node. You can use him as well with that on that global team, for your Greek rates too. So a lot of really good things that you can get out of Juggernaut here. All right, guys, next on the list, Mordo, another mystic villain character. You guys know how I feel about Mordo when it comes to raids, man. He's like a nightmare when it comes to raids. That 2-turn heal block from him is annoying when he does it against you, but when you do it against somebody else, it's pretty good too. But I really like the special, the stuns, stunning, the blinds, the slows. I really like that combo. I really like what he's able to do there. With his passive ability too, like even though his health tends to be pretty low, like 115, at 63 and 11, and with 5 red stars. That's pretty low for me, man. That's a pretty low stat base, but he's also healing as well himself. He's healing for 10% on death of any character. He's also on death of any mystic character. He's healing himself. He's also granting ability energy too. He's granting ability energy too as well to himself. And if you look at his attacks, man, this special ability, he can do that often. If you're killing enough tunes, he's gonna be able to do this pretty often. And those slows the blind, the stuns can really control a match for you. So he's an underrated character in my personal opinion. A lot of people don't think about how well and how good his usability can be. You use him with Hela and you use him with Scarlet Witch. Oh my God, it's so crazy because he's doing that stuff. He's letting those negative effects, that blind, as well. Hela won't spread slow, but Hela won't spread stun, but she'll spread the slow, she'll spread the blind. You can absolutely control a match. That's really, for me, what actually made him such a good usable character in that Hela node, that Hela 7-6 node. I made a video about it. I use 148k team on my baby account to be able to 3-star that Hela node, man. So listen, Mordo got some viability here. That combination of Hela, Mordo, Scarlet Witch, Hela spreading those negative effects from him. Scarlet Witch is extending it by 1. Whoo! Yahtzee. Listen, man, really good trio, really good solid trio that you can use there. Once again, like I said, he's a mystic villain character, but he's also a mystic villain controller character. So a character that you can also use as well to unlock Phoenix. So think about that also too as well, y'all. Really good viable option, and you can use him too as well in the supernatural team a little bit later on, but really good, you know, character in my personal opinion is definitely Mordo. Next character on the list, guys, is Venom. Venom's a little bit later on in the game, later on in probably the game here for you if you're a beginner player. So you're gonna have to go a couple months before you're able to farm this character. But next is 6ix9ine, obviously symbiote character, right? Self-healing Venom. He heals himself on turn. He also can gain defense up, you know, on turn 2 as well. He gains that defense up. He gains it for 2 turns, you know, too as well. And then he's also going to give it to those symbiote allies too as well. He's actually the really first symbiote character that you can actually get to, apart from the War Store with Carnage. But I know a lot of people probably in the beginning, they probably want to target, you know, getting, you know, Sif first, right? Sif is probably the first character that you're going to want to get from that War Store. So, you know, you might not want to get Carnage, but Venom is really kind of the first character that you can get as a symbiote character here, spreading negative, that's the wrong one, spreading negative effects here with this ultimate ability, applying, you know, heal block. Oh man, so if you got a lot of characters like a Mordo or, you know, some other characters that can apply negative effects, and being able to spread those a pretty big ability block and the 3 bleeds, whoo, pretty good too. Flipping positive effects, man, applying bleeds. Really good character is Venom, man. Like I said, early character that you can get to too. He's a Spider-Verse character also. So if you want to use him to, maybe not to unlock, you know, Shuri, but you can use him definitely to level up Shuri. You know, you can use him as a character to level up Shuri, you know, also as well as you progress later on to the game, if you will, because you're definitely going to want to build up that symbiote team, right, for your raids. So definitely would say, you know, definitely worth, you know, putting some investment into your Venom there, you know. But yeah, I mean, love his kit, love what he's able to do. Great symbiote character, you know, great villain character that you can use in a lot of different areas. You know, bio for your bio character for, you know, your what am I messing up here, your Greek raids, you know, to also you can use him and that symbiote team and the challenges. You know, the challenges, your Gold Rush challenges as well. So listen, a lot of really good options here that you can use for Venom. Great character overall, but also great free-to-play character too. Next character on the list, guys, is Black Widow. We talked about the Wave 1 Avengers team already, right? Black Widow is definitely a very important character on that Wave 1 Avengers team. Love what she's able to do. The speed ups, you know, for her, she's also clearing and copying positive effects. You know, she's also as well, you know, there's a combination between her and Hawkeye. Really good, especially if you have the ISO striker combo on her and the skirmisher combo on Hawkeye. You know, if you got this passive T4 too as well right now, if it's not T4, there's a 50% chance to assist now on allied Hawkeye's turn. But if you got her, you know, in Hawkeye's passives, both T4, you know, they're going to be able to assist each other on every attack that each other do. I mean, this is just an insane combination that you can use. But I love her on the team. She's a hero, global, Wave 1 Avenger, and shield character. So shield character also that you're going to be able to use to unlock Iron Man. I know Iron Man's not like the greatest thing since sliced bread anymore, but at the same time, you know, Iron Man is a part of a power armor team that you can use as a war offense team. So definitely still, you know, very much a viable, you know, option. I should have mentioned this about Juggernaut too. War offense team, Brotherhood 2.0 team. I should have mentioned that about him also as well. War offense team that can counter Mercs, can counter, you know, Wave 1 Avengers team, which we're talking about right now. You can counter the symbiotes too. So Brotherhood 2.0 can definitely counter the symbiotes. So think about that with Juggernaut. But back to Black Widow, y'all. What she can do, I love what she can do. She's also available pretty early. She's in the Villains 1-9 campaign, so she's available very early. So you can start building out that Wave 1 Avengers team right off the bat in the game here. So think about that, right? Like, they're the recommended team now, I think, for a lot of beginners because they're available early. And they also not just have early game and mid game value, but they also as well have late game value for those Doom chapter campaigns, those Doom campaigns. Wave 1 Avengers is actually sneaky good, you know, with the right ISOs, but they're sneaky good, you know, for that Doom campaign to be able to 3-star that Negasonic node. I actually just use them also as well to start off some of the Doom chapter 3 campaign, the 3-4 and 3-5 they took care of. That 3/6 though, man, I'm struggling a little bit with that one. That one's a tough one, but listen, the Wave 1 Avengers team, the point is you're going to start using them in the beginning, but you're still going to be using them towards the end of the game too as well. So Black Widow, great free-to-play character, great character as a part of that Wave 1 Avengers team, does a lot of utility, speed ups, clearing and copying positive effects, stuns, bleeds with her ultimate ability, and an assist with Hawkeye as well. Great Wave 1 Avenger, great hero character that you can use in the very beginning part of the game too as well. All right, next character on the list here is Ghost Rider. Now, Ghost Rider for me, the reason why I put him on as a free-to-play character on this list is because of the Heroes Chapter 7 campaign, and that's really kind of it, guys. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna tell you that right now, because a lot of players ask me, who can you use for that Heroes Chapter 7 campaign? And I'm like, you know, what if I don't have Symbiote Spider-Man? What if I don't have, you know, Symbiote Spider-Man? Because that's really like the popular character for Heroes Chapter 7. I don't want to invest into Defenders. Who do I have as viable options? Well, you got Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is a great option for that Heroes Chapter 7 campaign. He's a Hero City character. You can still use him with Miss Marvel. Remember, he's a brawler too, so Hero Brawler combo, right? Her assisting again, you know, with that Hero Brawler thing. Ghost Rider does a lot of big damage output, guys. Like, he does a lot of big damage output. With this passive, if any one of his allies dies, he does 400% damage. That's pretty big. He's giving himself ability energy too as well. You know, listen, man, I love Ghost Rider. A lot of people are also using him right now too as well in Dark Dimension 3. So that's later on for you. But, you know, for Dark Dimension 3, people are using him, you know, as a part of that city team, or some are using him as part of that city team. I know now the symbiotes are there, so people probably aren't using him as much anymore, but he was a character that you could use, you know, in that Dark Dimension 3 hero, that city node too as well. So definitely very good. The offense downs, defense down. He does 430% piercing damage. Now, piercing damage is a lot more important than just 430% damage, because piercing damage is bypassing armor. So that damage is a lot bigger than just 430%, because it's 430% piercing. So that's pretty big, you know, to consider. Special ability, applying bleeds, you know, he's good, man. He's good. He's very, very, very good. A very good character that you can use for City Hero, that campaign right there. Also another character also that I haven't even invested enough into my Ghost Rider. Too many things to invest into, guys. But, you know, another good character, man, is Ghost Rider. You can use it for Block Party. That happens every 2 months. Why is that happening every 2 months? Can we get that to happen every month like every other event, please? Thank you. But seriously, you can use him also for that city, that Block Party campaign too. Like I said, he's in 3.9. He's in 3.9 for Cosmic. So obviously it's probably gonna be a few months in for you before you get to Ghost Rider. But another great free-to-play character, guys, that has a lot of really good utility for you in a lot of different areas in the game. Next character, guys, is Spiderman Miles. We mentioned already, Hero Brawler character, another character that you can use for that Hero City campaign too. Young Avengers character. Miss Marvel also Young Avengers character too as well. Young Avengers team is pretty sneaky, by the way, guys. They're a pretty sneaky team. I'm not gonna lie to you. Pretty sneaky team that can get a defensive win or two. They do that for me, and they're not even that high, but the Striker Skirmisher combo with Miss Marvel, you know, Miss Marvel having Skirmisher, you know, the other characters having the Striker combo on them has worked really well, has gotten me a lot of really good sneaky victories, guys, on defense, because I think a lot of people underestimate what they're able to do. But, you know, Spider-Man Miles is a part of that team. You know, I love the speed bar reduction. This brother is he's a kick-based character. You can get him pretty early in that Blitz store too. Pretty good character. You can get in that Blitz store. Reduction of speed bar, 50% reduction of speed bar, applying slow, prolonging negative effects by 1. And then he's gaining stealth. And when he gains stealth, he gets 50% dodge chance. He's annoying, but good. He's annoying, but he's good, guys. And on top of that, he's applying defense down to a random target. If you use him on a Young Avengers team, obviously Squirrel Girl is going to be pretty hard to get to, right? Because she's farmable very late in Doom, so you're probably not going to be able to get to her. But even before that, man, still very, very good, viable option here. You know, Squirrel Girl, if Squirrel Girl is an ally, you know, that target has defense down. He's in a clear 3 positive effects. I mean, pretty good kit, man. Pretty good, solid kit. And like I said, another character that you could use for some of your heroes campaign. You could use him for the challenges. Challenges are important, right? So I haven't talked about them enough in this video, but for the challenges, guys, you know, you're going to need some city hero characters. for your gold rush challenges. You want to get more gold. You want to get more gold orbs as much as you possibly can. So he's a character that you can use for that hero, that gold rush challenge, guys. So listen, man, don't sleep on Spiderman Miles. Very, very good kit. Use him as much as you can. When you have him, you might not want to invest into him too much, right? Stopping points are very important. So probably, bring them to like level 60 and gear tier 10 is pretty good. That's where he is on my roster right now. He probably won't go much further than that. But on that Young Avengers team, he's pretty good. He does what he needs to do. And he has that stealth, so he stays alive. Squirrel Girl helps him to stay alive a lot. So as you progress towards the later part of the game too, you'll still use Miles, on that Young Avengers team if you choose to. I like them. Some of y'all don't like them, but I like them. All right. Next character on this list is Captain America. We talked about the combination between Thor. We already talked about Wave 1 Avengers. I'm not trying to have Wave 1 Avengers take over this list, y'all, but dang, man. I mean, come on now. Wave 1 Avengers are a really good team, in my personal opinion. They're not an OP team, but they're a helpful, good team that can take you from beginner at this point now to even further on, because we talked about them already being available and a viable option for you in those, those Doom campaigns, guys. They're a global team too, so you can use them in raids, in Greek raids for global too. So you're not going to regret investing into this team by any means, but I love Captain America. I don't like his stats. His stats are very low, 81,000 health, 60 and 10, 6 and 4. I think the stats should be a little bit higher than that, but I like the kit, right? The kit, he has very low cooldowns. He has very low cooldowns on his special, and very low cooldowns on his ultimate ability. With his passive ability, 25% block chance, plus 10% block amount, and then plus 20 per Avenger ally. So if you're using them on a Wave 1 Avengers team, right, obviously, or even not using them on a Wave 1 Avengers team, if a lot of people are now using Coulson, on their Avengers team, but Coulson's going to be further on for you guys. It's going to be further on for you. So don't think about that now. Think about the Wave 1 Avengers team that you can get earlier on. But listen, what am I saying, guys? As a Wave 1 Avenger, as an Avenger character, he's getting extra block chance because of Avenger allies too as well. 20% max health, to Wave 1 Avengers, 20% max health to himself too as well. The block amount really make the health itself not as bad because of the extra block amounts that he's getting. If you use Captain America with Thor and that Wave 1 Avengers team, he's gonna be building up those charges again, blasting people to nowhere, or out of nowhere, whatever. What's the saying, guys? He's gonna be blasting a lot of people, man, when he's building up those charges. He's clearing positive effects with his ultimate ability too as well. Like I said, he's low cooldown. So he's getting speed up from Black Widow, and then he also as well is giving himself extra speed bar too. So he's gonna be able to tank often. On top of that, he's not slow. Like, it's 114 speed. That's a tank. That's pretty fast. As a tank. Special abilities, giving defense up, not just to himself, but also to Avenger allies. He's granting ability, energy. Man, this team is good, man. This team is a good team. Very good early team. Listen, Captain America, great free-to-play character, available in 2 nodes. I haven't even mentioned where he's available yet, but Heroes 3.6, Nexus 1.3. Come on now. Good options, guys. Good options. All right, last character on the list, guys, is Merc Lieutenant. I know y'all are probably looking at me like, did this brother just put Merc Lieutenant on this list? Yes, I did, because Merc Lieutenant is sneaky good. Y'all don't even realize it. Look at this special ability alone. Applying offense up to 4 random allies or self, and applying speed up to 4 random allies or self too as well. You think that's not important? Speed is probably one of the most important things here in the game. Being able to go early and being able to go often is absolutely important in this game, and he provides that. Low cooldown on this too, by the way, just so that we're clear. Two ability energy to be able to do this. Low cooldown on it, right? Basic ability, he's granted ability energy to a random ally. If you have him on a Merc villains team, and he's also going to be granting 1 ability energy to 3 random mercenary villain allies too as well. Passive ability also has a potential to heal. 30% chance at level 4. It increases, if you do put a T4 on it. That's completely up to you. But we see this war defense thing. The Mercs team are a great war defense team. Taskmaster, Merc Riot Guard. A lot of people are using Killmonger. Are also using Shuri on that team. Great, phenomenal team, man. Great, phenomenal war defense team, top war defense team, but also Merc Lieutenant. Really easy to get to. That's the first thing. Villains chapter 3-3. Look at all this utility that he's providing to a early villains team. And then also he's a part of the payday event too, right? So payday event, that one happens every month. I don't know why that one happens every month, but the other ones will happen every month. Let's talk about that for a second, but I digress. He's a character that you can use as a part of that Mercs team, as a part of that payday event, y'all. Listen, man, payday event is very important. You know how gold is. If you don't know how gold is, it's scarce. You got to manage it appropriately. So you're going to be able to get more of that, you know, by doing that payday event here. So listen, guys, Merc Lieutenant for me, sneaky good character that you should use, provides a lot of utility for your team. Worth investing into, in my personal opinion. All right, guys, this is my list. Top free-to-play list for early and for mid-game players here. Want to know what your guys' thoughts are? Let me know. Now, there were two characters that I wanted to talk about that I left off this list. Deadpool is also a pretty good one. Hero character, also a mercenary character too as well. And also Unlocks as a part of the X-Force team. By the way, X-Force team, great war offense team, phenomenal top war offense team, counters almost every team in the game, every team, right? So great war offense team, but then also as well, you know, part of that payday event too, you know, also. So the reason why I left them off the list though, I didn't want to put another arena character on the list. So I was just like, you know, let me just leave Deadpool off the list. All right, guys, that's the only reason why he didn't make the list here. That's the only reason I didn't make the list. Another character, which I know a lot of people probably aren't very fond of anymore because of Guardians. Like Guardians are getting this bad name now. Still a good team, still a good early game team, you know. But the Mantis is another character that I also thought about mentioning too. She's probably going to be the best early game healer that you can probably get because free to play, right? You're probably not getting Minerva. You're not getting Minerva as a better healer. So, and Minerva's healing is not as good until you get to like facing bigger characters that have bigger health pools. Her 15% really, you know, has more benefit then, and our heal on kill benefits you a little bit different as you progress further into the game too as well too. So listen, it's one of those things where I had to I left those two characters off for a particular reason. Deadpool because of arena, and then Mantis also because not a lot of people or early game players are investing into Mantis anymore. Even though I have seen some 100k Mantises, which I don't understand why that ever happened on anybody's roster. But listen, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope that you guys found good, valuable information out of it. Obviously, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Who would you add to this list too as well? I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe. All right.